Hello! It's Victoria. Hope you're doing well. I just finished up doing a little bit of filming. I'll probably do more for my final, what's the word? I just finished filming a little piece for my final San Francisco Bay Area vlog series. These are videos, a vlog series. But I wanted to do a new kind of video today, and I hope you'll be along for the ride. Also, hello, if you're new here, my name's Victoria. I started my YouTube journey here in January, and I've really just been kind of finding my way through what content I want to produce. But today, I am doing my very first reading vlog. Yay! So, again, if you're new here, I might have mentioned it a couple times, and you may have seen my reel where I talked about some books that I picked up during Prime days now. They call it Prime Days. It was 2 days, but I didn't pick it up from Amazon. I actually picked it up from bookshop.org. They connect lovely readers like yourselves with independent bookstores across the country and make it easy to support them and get your books from those local booksellers, as well as, you know, allowing you to find local booksellers in your area. So they were doing a little bit of a promotion for Prime Day because Amazon is now, like, I think the world's biggest bookseller and is, you know, contributing to local booksellers having more difficulty. So I wanted to support some independent bookstores. But if you didn't check that out, let me introduce you to my pile of books, my summer TBR, if you will. What I'm really excited about is, so I hadn't heard of that. Oh, 1 second. The meatballs need to go in. We'll be back. I'm back. We have exactly, I don't know if you can see this. We have about 26 minutes before the meatballs are done in the oven. Anywho, so the books. So I had not heard before. I am new to the booktubers. I don't have TikTok. I'm new to the booktube world, and I heard from my fave booktuber, Allison Pages, of Summerween. Now I missed Summerween, which is fine. So I won't be participating, but it did inspire me to grab some maybe a little bit spookier reads for the summer. So I decided to do a mix of some spooky reads and then also some graphic novels that have been on my list since watching Allison Page's videos. So she made me do it, is what I'm saying. But I wanted to include this in because I think graphic novels are a great read for the summer. Super easy, breezy, casual, you know. It's hot outside. We're not trying to think hard. You know what I mean? So, let's get into it. Okay, if you watched my shorts, and this will look familiar. This may also look familiar if you were able to check out the show. So this is a series by Jonathan Stroud called Lockwood and Co. It had 1 season on Netflix. We actually watched it, which is why I bought these books. I thought the show was really good, and the one thing that we really liked about it was the world that he built. So just to give you an idea, in this world, let's say the veil, the line between the mortal realm and whatever the afterlife is, where the ghosts and ghouls is at, has thinned, has breached, and so they call it the problem. So essentially, there are all these ghosts that, you know, can wreak havoc on the mortals that they're sharing space with, and children are able to sense them in different ways. So our main character, Lucy, is able to hear things along with her team. Well, I guess the company she works for, Lockwood and Co., which is one of the, or the only ghost agency that is only run by children. So, and I say children, they're teens, but there's 3 of them. There's Lockwood, hence the name, Lucy and George. And Lockwood is running this agency, and Lucy, through various means, comes about their agency after she moves to London and starts to do investigations with them, and they get into all sorts of trouble. But so there are these agencies where children are employed, and they go out with different weapons, you know, some of your typical supernatural stuff, iron, what do they have? Yeah, a lot of it's iron, I guess. So they have rapiers, they use chains, iron filings, silver, different things like that to neutralize these ghosts and find the source is typically what they're looking for. So usually the ghost is attached to some item or their body or something like that, which allows them to stay in the mortal realm and terrorize the mortals. So it's, I'm not doing a great job explaining it, but it's a super interesting world. So as you can see, I've currently already started reading it. I've been reading it at bedtime. It's personally, I think, spookier than the actual show was. So I have this one. This is the Screaming Staircase. It's pretty similar right now. The show is pretty similar to this book. I'm pretty sure they've gone through the entirety of this book. I also picked up 2 more in the series. I believe there are 5 in total. So I got the Whispering Skull, which I think the show also makes it through this book as well. So they're fairly thick boys. I mean, they're only like 300 something pages, I think. Oh no, this one's like 424. So they're fairly thick for like what's considered a middle grade read. But I've got this one, and then the third one, which is the Hollow Boy, and I think this might be the book where we go outside of what I've seen in the show. So I am excited, but I'm enjoying reading the books, even though the show did stay pretty true to a lot that is going on in the book, at least right now. So I've been enjoying it nonetheless. Next, this one actually I did not pick up from bookshop.org. I actually picked this up in the airport when we were heading back. I am a little concerned about this book, so I did start on the plane, so you can see another bookmark. Free bookmarks. Love a free bookmark. But this is Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown. It's her cat, and it's Whiskers in the Dark, a Mrs. Murphy mystery. And so I believe this book was the inspiration for, there was a movie in the 90s called like Murder, She Purred, which is like a, you know, off of Murder, She Wrote. And it's about Ricky Lake's character has a cat and a dog, and she starts investigating into a mystery in the town, and the cat and dog are also investigating in the mystery. So it's like that. And it seemed to be similar to this. So this was on clearance, and so I was like, oh, if it's like that, you know, I love a cute cat mystery. There's like it kind of jumps back and forth between the present and the past, and it's in the antebellum South during the Civil War. So I'm not sure. Some alarm bells went off as I started reading this, so we'll see. I'll keep you updated about it. Next, The Moth Keeper. So this one, as I mentioned, Allison Pages influenced me on this one. So it's a graphic novel, super light. Already the cover is beautiful. I mean, look how pretty the moth is, and even the light on there. And just to give you a little idea, I don't want to ruin anything, but being the Moth Keeper is a great honor. Anya is finally taking her place as a protector of the moon moths. The luminous creatures enable the night flower to bloom, and the night village needs the flower to thrive. Night after night, it is lonely in the desert with only one lantern for light. Still, Anya is eager to prove her worth, to show her thanks to her friends and village. But is it worth the cost? So I guess that's what we're going to find out. But yeah, a cute little graphic novel. I'm excited to read this, especially when I need like a break, possibly from reading the chapter books and little spookiness. Up next, Legends and Lattes. So I had seen this book on the shelves for months, probably a year. And if you watch my channel, you'll know that I'm a huge D&D fan. I actually run my own campaign currently. And I really thought this book looked fun, sounded fun. So it is a cozy fantasy. I probably don't even need to describe it for you, because if you watch any booktubers, you've probably seen this book. But it is about adventurers who have hung up their hats, and she actually opens up a coffee shop, even though coffee isn't something that's known in this world. It's supposed to be really, hello pumpkin, wanna come up? Here you go, come on, yay. It's supposed to be a cute, cozy fantasy, low stakes, but I'm excited to read it. I think it's going to be a really great summer read. And I've just heard fantastic things. So I finally picked it up after hearing so many people rave about this book. Okay, back to spooky. I guess it's not as spooky as I thought it was. It's like kind of a mix of fun and spooky. So the Final Girl Support Group. I have been listening to Ruined. It's a podcast about basically ruining horror movies. It follows Allison and Hallie Kiefer as Hallie ruins a horror movie for Allie each week. And if you watched my May favorites video, I would have talked about it a little bit already, but I have been listening to that podcast. They have a pretty big catalog, so I've been enjoying that as I work. And when I saw this in the bookstore, probably back in like March, I just saw this and I got so excited. I thought it looked like fun, and after listening to that podcast, I would have just been like in more of a horror mood. From the idea, it just sounded like a silly fun time. So to give you the synopsis of this, Lynette Tarkington is a real-life final girl who survived a massacre. For more than a decade, she's been meeting with 5 other final girls and their therapists in a support group for those who have endured the unthinkable, working to put their lives back together. Then one woman misses a meeting, and Lynette's worst fears are realized. Someone knows about the group and is determined to rip their lives apart again, piece by piece. But the thing about Final Girls is that no matter how bad the odds, how dark the night, how sharp the knife, they will never, ever give up. So yeah, it sounds like fun. I have not looked this up, had not read any reviews. I was just here for this cover, here for the fun, so we'll see how it goes. We just have 2 more. That's 4. 2 more. I'm super behind on this trend as well, and this is actually very dense. But Olympus, I've seen this, love the covers, have, you know, obviously it's a pretty popular graphic novel series. And I just figured if I was gonna be in my graphic novel era, I might as well pick it up. I do love a good mythology story, retelling of mythology story, so I'm excited to pick this one up. For those of you who, like myself, have not gotten on this train yet, this is a modern retelling of Persephone, the young goddess of spring, and it follows her story. It's based off of a webtoon. Yeah, it's the story of Persephone, who I mean, I'm honest, I'm not like as well versed in Greek mythology, but I believe she gets trapped in the underworld with Hades. I believe she gets trapped there. Hello, pumpkin, coming back? Come on. Hello, goodbye. So I'm excited to read this modern retelling of the story, and then maybe I'll read the actual story to go along with it. I'm running out of space on here, and you can see this is in the shot. There we go. Okay, final one. Giant Days. Another one I was influenced by. Allie from Allison Pages. So this is a graphic novel that centers around three friends who, three girls, Susan, Esther, and Daisy, who start university and became fast friends. And it basically is, I think, supposed to be kind of just a mundane, funny story about three friends in university. But it does say, but in the face of hand-wringing boys, personal experimentation, influenza, mystery mold, new chauvinism, and the willful unwanted intrusion of academia, they may be lucky just to make it to spring alive. Going off to university is always a time of change and growth, but for Esther, Susan, and Daisy, things are about to get a little weird. It's very short. This is just the first volume, so I'm excited to check it out and go along with these ladies. But that is a swift overview of the books that I plan on reading for the rest of the summer. Maybe we'll add some more. I don't know. I've really been in a reading mood lately, but we went through that with still like 10.5 minutes to spare. So I'm going to sign off for now so I can go and work on dinner, and I will check with you all later.